Einstein didn't believe it was possible, but Stephen Hawking said it might be the greatest scientific discovery of all time. So, what discovery has baffled the greatest scientific minds of the past century, and why has it caused them to rethink the origin of our universe? Most scientists of the past believed that our universe never had a beginning. They believed that mass, space, and energy that compose our entire universe had always existed. But in the early 20th century, astronomer Edwin Hubble discovered that the universe is expanding. Rewinding the process mathematically, he calculated that everything in the universe, including matter, energy, space, and even time itself, actually had a beginning. Shockwaves hit the scientific community. Then finally, in 1992, the COBE satellite experiments proved that the universe really did have a one-time beginning in an incredible flash of light and energy. Although some scientists called it the moment of creation, most preferred referring to it as the Big Bang. Science is unable to tell us what or who caused the universe to begin, but some believe it clearly points to a creator. Many scientists were struck by the parallel of a one-time creation event from nothing with the biblical creation account in Genesis 1 verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Although he called himself an agnostic, Robert Jastrow was compelled by the evidence to admit, now we see how the astronomical evidence leads to a biblical view of the origin of the world. Physicists calculated that for life to exist, gravity and the other laws of physics that govern our universe needed to be intricately tuned just right, or our universe couldn't exist. If the rate of expansion 1 second after the Big Bang had been smaller by even 1 part in 100,000 million, the universe would have recollapsed before it ever reached its present size. On the flip side, if the expansion rate had been a mere fraction greater than it was, all galaxies, stars, and planets could never have formed, and we wouldn't be here. The size, temperature, relative proximity, and chemical makeup of our planet, sun, and moon also need to be just right. Atheist Christopher Hitchens, who spent much of his life writing and debating against the existence of God, was most perplexed by the fact that life couldn't exist if things were different by just 1 degree or 1 hair. But astronomy is not the only area where science has seen evidence for design. There is another discovery. As recent as 1953, molecular biologists discovered intricately complex design in the microscopic world of DNA. This tiny molecule has been called the brains behind each cell in our bodies, as well as every other living thing. Yet the more they discover about DNA, the more amazed they are at the brilliance behind it. The coding behind DNA reveals such intelligence that it staggers the imagination. A mere pinhead volume of DNA contains information equivalent to a stack of paperback books that would encircle the Earth 5,000 times. And DNA operates like a language with its own extremely complex software code. Microsoft founder Bill Gates says that the software of DNA is far, far more complex than any software we have ever developed. Many scientists believe that the coding within the DNA molecule points to an intelligence far exceeding what could have occurred by natural causes. And that meant a designer must have planned it. They began using words like super intellect, creator, and even supreme being to describe this designer. All this scientific evidence leads us to honestly consider that life and the universe have the fingerprints of a creator.